if you want the Bears to end the Vikings season, because that's kind of what the Bears can do with the win on Sunday, hit that like button. It is time to make this a 3-team division. I'm Harrison Graham, host of Chicago Bears Now, and the Bears have another divisional game. 0-2 in their first 2 weeks, lost to the Vikings where they blew it in the fourth quarter, and then Detroit dismantled the Bears. But since then, Bears are 6-1. Bears-Vikings in Minnesota. Got to get revenge after losing that Week 1 game. Minnesota, an early 2.5-point favorite early in the week here. The over-under has jumped up. It opened at 45.5. It's already up to 48.5, so the folks in Vegas think that this could be a fairly high-scoring affair. Let's take a look at some team stats here for each squad. Bears, 7th in the NFL in points per game. God, what a beautiful thing to say. 26.6 points per game. They are giving up over 27 points per game. Very feast or famine defense. Lead the NFL in takeaways and in turnover margin. That has kind of helped save the defense at times this year. 10th in the NFL in third down offense. 6th in the NFL in third down defense. So good in the turnover margin, good on third down. That's kind of how you make up for giving up a lot of yards and points. For Minnesota, 22nd in points per game, 18th in points allowed, 30th in the turnover margin. That is not good. 31st on third down offense as well. They are good on defense on the money down, but that is the only category that they are top 10 out of those 5 categories. Take a look at the red zone here. The Bears climbing back up. They really had a rough month there in the middle, but the last 2 weeks they are 7 out of 10 in terms of touchdown rate in the red zone, up to 56% on the season. Defense has been climbing too, 57.6% touchdown allowed once teams enter the red zone. That's 12th in the league. Vikings 20th in red zone offense and 5th in red zone defense. So they're doing a good job clamping down, forcing field goals and stuff like that. Some injuries to watch. The first official injury report will drop on Wednesday. DJ Moore left this last game with the shoulder. He's been dealing with a hip and a groin issue too, so he's been pretty tough. We'll see what his situation is. A few concussions. Jahdae Walker, Josh Blackwell missed last week. We'll see how they progress throughout the week. TJ Edwards dealing with that broken hand surgery he got. I think the hamstring is actually the bigger issue. He'll probably just play with a club once the hamstring is okay. I'm guessing he misses another week, but we'll see. Dominique Robinson has missed 2 weeks with a high ankle sprain, but they didn't put him on a short-term IR, so we'll see if he can do something this week. And then Ruben Hyppolite with that knee injury. As we're filming this on Monday, not sure the severity of that as of now. For Minnesota, Jonathan Grenard is a big one to watch. Got dinged up with the shoulder injury last week. We will explore that in a little bit. Ryan Kelly's been on short-term IR. He is eligible to open his practice window, so we'll see if Minnesota does that. A couple concussions in the secondary. Theo Jackson and Jeff Okudah missed last week, probably return this week. And then Josh Oliver dealing with the foot sprain at the tight end position. Ian Rappaport had an update earlier today on Jonathan Grenard. That he left the past game with the shoulder injury, but it is believed to be minor. That may just cost him a week. So the way that's being reported, it sounds like he will miss this game, but it is minor. Maybe he tries to give it a go. It is a huge game for Minnesota. They lose this game, they obviously fall to 4-6. So overall, good news, like Rap Sheet said. But from a Bears perspective, they may avoid Grenard this week, and he's given them problems in the past. All right, I am challenging Patrick Seatman and Vikings Now to a Week 11 subscriber battle. 0-0, starting fresh right now. Hit that subscribe button. Free daily Bears content. Let's take down the Vikings. We lost the sub battle in Week 1. Maybe that's why we lost the game. Let's reverse jinx it here. Let's win that subscriber battle. All right, who has the edge? Head coach. I went push. Listen, I think Vikings fans are frustrated with Kevin O'Connell not running the football more, especially with J.J. McCarthy, who, you should try to ease him in a little bit. I don't know why he's throwing the ball 42 times. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for KOC and that whole coaching staff with Brian Flores as well. But I think the Bears coaching staff's done a pretty good job. Ben's done a really good job. So right now, I'll go push with Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell. Quarterback, I will give the Bears the advantage here. I know J.J. McCarthy got the final laugh in Week 1, but other than that quarter and a couple moments here and there, it's not gone great. I mean, if we're being honest. Now, he's only played 4 games. It takes time. We understand all that stuff, but more turnovers than touchdown passes from a touchdown interception standpoint. The completion percentage has been poor. He's been erratic. He's been pretty good on the scripted drives in the last few games that he has played in, but as the game goes on, the accuracy wanes. They had 8 false starts last week. That is not a good sign. Probably not all on the quarterback, but when it's that many, that's probably part of it. So we'll see if they can clean that up this week. But, Caleb Williams not having a perfect season, but he's certainly been better than J.J. McCarthy. Skill guys, I'll give the Vikings the slight edge. I mean, I kind of went back and forth on this. Justin Jefferson, though, is still the best skill guy among these two teams. You could argue Jordan Addison is pretty high up there as well. Hawk is still a good tight end. I like their running backs. They just don't run the ball enough. So, it was close for me. I wanted to be generous, give the Vikings the slight edge here, but could have been push. And on certain weeks, the Bears have actually been better this year in those areas. Offensive line, Bears are better right now, especially with Ryan Kelly out. Other than left tackle, that's a clear advantage Vikings with Christian Darrisaw versus Theo Benedict. I think at the other spots, the Bears have the clear edge. Okay, defensive line goes to Minnesota. The Bears have been playing better. Montez Sweat's been coming on. Javon Dexter's having a pretty good season as well. Austin Booker, I think, has provided a boost, but I still think the Vikings is better. Now, if Jonathan Grenard misses, maybe that's more in the push category, but the Vikings defense stops the run pretty well, and I think I'll give them the edge here. Linebackers, I'll go push because I don't think TJ Edwards is going to play. If Edwards plays, the Bears are better. The Tremaine-TJ combination is better. But Noah Sewell did not play well last week. Blake Cashman's a good player for Minnesota, so I kind of view him and Tremaine. That almost evens out. And their second linebacker is better than Noah Sewell, so, kind of evens out to a push there. But if TJ were to play, I would give the Bears the edge. Secondary, I went back and forth here as well. I'm going to go Bears, actually. The safety play has been good. Gardner Johnson's been good. The outside corners the last few weeks haven't been great. Deshaun Wright actually hasn't been bad. Tyreek has struggled, but the Vikings secondary hasn't been that great recently either. So I will give the slight advantage to the Bears. I think the safety and nickel play has been better. And then special teams, I'll give it to the Vikings. Patrick Seatman said they had a rough week last week, but the Bears have had a rough week every week. So I'm going to go with Minnesota on that one. All right, more to break down in this matchup, including my keys to victory and score prediction. But first, do got to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor. That is Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Caleb Williams' pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? Now you can, all in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. On Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the power play. No matter how you play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. You pick 2 or more players, take more or less in the stat projections. I've got Caleb Williams more on his rushing yards. He's been using his legs more recently, 20.5. I like the more there. I took less on J.J. McCarthy. The Bears secondary has been struggling, but J.J.'s really been struggling, so I'll take the less there. I'll be optimistic about the Bears defense. $20 lineup to win $55. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Get started today. Download the app. Use the code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. All right. Keys to victory. Need Tyreek to play better and to just bounce back. It's been a rough 2-game stretch for him. Made a couple plays against the Giants, but also got beat a handful of times. It's got to be better. And for a good chunk of the season, he played like a CB1. When Jalen Johnson left that Detroit game, for the next 4 games or so, he was really good. Then he dings up his shoulder, missed a week, and I don't think he's been as good the last 2 weeks. So needs to lot back in. They need him to play well. You're going up against Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. You at least got to hold your own. Like, you can't get embarrassed here. I think that's a key matchup in this game. The Bears outside corners against Jahdae and Addison. Now, again, JJ's been struggling, but if guys are wide open, he's going to hit some. So I think that Reek and Nashawn Wright have to at least hold their own. It'll be interesting to see how much zone coverage Dennis Allen decides to play in this game, considering he's going up against these receivers. And typically young quarterbacks struggle more against zone than man, so that could be something DA does. Number 2, feed Colston Loveland. The best way to beat a Brian Flores defense, as you see how Loveland has been trending in the last couple of weeks, 10 catches on 11 targets, $173, 2 touchdowns. He's been really, really good. The middle of the field is how you beat Brian Flores. Well, Caleb Williams throwing over the middle has been really good. Like he's been willing and capable of doing that, especially recently. Colston Loveland has opened that up. So has Rome Odunze. I think Loveland can be an X factor here and can be a guy that can exploit, kind of average linebacker play. The safeties haven't been great. If you ever get a one-on-one, Colston Loveland, Harrison Smith, that should be the first read. Harrison Smith does not move like he used to. So I think that is an opportunity to kind of beat the heavy blitz package that we know Flores is going to deploy. Number 3, make JJ beat you from the pocket specifically. Number 1, slow down the run. We know they want to throw the ball anyway. We'll see if Kevin O'Connell adjusts off that he has not seemed willing to. But if JJ is going to beat you, make him do it from the pocket because he's at his best when he's on the move. He's a good athlete and get on the edge. That touchdown run to put the game away in week 1. He had that touchdown pass on the run as well. He wants to move around. If you keep him in the pocket and force him to just slice and dice you that way, and if he does it, so be it. I mean, he's completing 53% of his passes. If he completes 70% from the pocket, tip your cap to him. But don't let him get on the perimeter and generate big plays that way. All right, number 4, stay patient with the run game. I did not think Ben did a great job with this against New York. The game plan early was to throw the ball, and they did score a touchdown early, but it was like, okay, let's run the ball now. Giants are on a great run defense, and I know the Giants made some nice plays to slow down the run early, but I thought he kind of got away from it. I think you got to stay patient, especially against a guy like Brian Flores. Like, don't let him dictate the game. If you want to run the football, run the football. And that's one thing Kevin O'Connell in week 1, I'll give him credit for. The Bears are stuffing the run, but that was the one game he stuck with it, and they popped a few in the fourth quarter, and the Bears got worn down. That's why you stick with it, because over the course of 60 minutes, sometimes you can force a defense to break, and I think that's something that the Bears should do this week. And then, as always, our final key is really more of a theme for that specific game. It's kind of a 2-for-1. It's get revenge, and by getting revenge, you can basically end their season. Because if you win, you're 7-3, they're 4-6. That's a lot of ground to make up in the division now. But even in the wild card, I mean, every team that's in the wild card picture right now has at least 6 wins. So this is an opportunity for the Bears to kind of just bury Minnesota. They have a couple tough games coming up as well. I think this is a great opportunity to flex your muscle. Say, yeah, we're the better team. We let that one get away from us in week 1, but we're going to get it back here in Minnesota, and we're going to be the team hunting for playoff success this year while you're not. I think this is if you lose this game, it's not the end of the world, but it kind of keeps Minnesota in it, and it's, not a setback, but a missed opportunity. And to get swept by Minnesota, a team I think the Bears are at least a little bit better than, I think would be a disappointing thing, and you'd have to make it up elsewhere over the final 7 weeks. All right, with all of that being said, predict the score. Who you got? Who wins? What is the final score going to be? I don't expect it to be easy. It never seems to be with this team other than the Dallas game. I do like the Bears, though. I think they bounce back from the week 1 loss, 27-23. I think the Bears force some key field goals. They bend, don't break on defense. JJ will make some plays, but I think the Bears are just better. I think they're the better team right now. I think they have the better quarterback right now. I think Ben Johnson's in a better flow with what he wants to do offensively right now than Kevin O'Connell does, as he's still trying to figure out what he can and can't do with J.J. McCarthy. So give me the Bears. Huge win. Puts the Vikings season essentially to rest and elevates the Bears to 4 games above 500. All right, there you have it. My Bears-Vikings preview for Week 11. We will have Patrick Seatman on the show. We'll collab with him later in the week to do a Bears-Vikings combo preview, kind of dig into this team a little bit more, so that should be fun. So be sure to subscribe and check that out. And let's also beat them in the subscriber battle. Bear down.